Welcome back to Storytime with Miss Poka. Before we get started, grab your favorite snack, favorite blanket, and your very own copy of Mr. Fox Sell Pockets. Hello, friends. Today we'll be reading Mr. Fox Sells Pockets by Mark Dantzler and illustrated by Leighton Noyes. For Christine, the poet, who loves the little woodland creatures that quietly live among us, and for Connor, my proofreader, who welcomes the arrival of autumn and the cooler weather it brings. Mr. Fox was a gifted tailor, but a much craftier salesman. When work slowed one day, he decided to take matters into his own hands. He liked his neighbors, but business was business. This clever fox made a plan to sell handmade pockets to everyone in town, whether they needed one or not. How was your fancy pocket watch this morning? Mr. Fox shrewdly greeted Trader Rabbit, the grocer. Trader Rabbit scratched his head, confused. I'm afraid I don't own a fancy pocket watch, sir. Afraid, you say? Lost your watch, have you? This strategy could have been avoided, I suppose. If only you had a decent pocket to put things in, the sly peddler remarked. You don't say. What does a decent pocket cost? Asked the naive storekeeper. Dear friend, you can't put a price on a good pocket, but I imagine I could be of service for just a single shiny coin. At the precise moment, Trader Rabbit produced the coin. The wily tailor retrieved a large collection of pockets from his hat, along with a sewing needle and a spool of thread. He eagerly started to work, stitching a bright new pocket onto his client's vest. Anxious to share this one of a kind purchase, the bewildered bunny abruptly closed up shop. He hopped home straight away to show his family and friends. Mr. Fox next visited Grumpy Bear, who was hard at work in his bakery. Your donuts look delicious, but I see that each one has a rather curious hole in the center. How sad to think of all the precious things that must fall through those. That's ridiculous, growled the baker. Things don't disappear into donut holes. If you say so, but the next time you find yourself missing something, I'd be careful to check each one of these donuts first. With a nod, Mr. Fox turned calmly toward the door to leave. A moment later, Grumpy Bear had selected the largest of pockets for his apron to catch all of the items that might otherwise be lost forever in a donut hole. Mr. Fox spied Luna Kangaroo exiting the post office. He considered. I'm good, but I'm not that good. Before long, a line of excited customers waited in the center of town for their turn to own a unique pocket. The artful tailor sat on a wooden stool and hastily stitched away, creating a patchwork of pockets on every garment imaginable. His handiwork soon appeared in a variety of shapes and colors on neighbors' shirts, coats, and trousers. There was even a heart-shaped pocket on Paprika Pig's purse. By day's end, everyone in town was penniless and wore a mosaic of useless pockets. The cunning Mr. Fox's own pocket, however, had grown very large with coins. In fact, it was stretched to the limit. Preoccupied with the genius of his plan, the wily fox was unaware of the old threads that were quietly tearing away from his coat pocket with the burden of each new sale. As the sun began to set, the tailor was greeted by the last customer in line. Little Mouse had keenly observed that the pocket, bulging with coins, was being held together by a single piece of twine, and she knew just what to do. How many pockets will you be wanting today, young friend?" asked the greedy Mr. Fox. The tiny mouse smiled. "I believe just one pocket should do the trick." With both hands, Little Mouse offered Mr. Fox a large, shiny coin. The slick salesman quickly grabbed the payment and pressed it deep into his pockets, buried with the rest of his loot. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, apologetically, the last tired bit of string clinging to Mr. Fox's pocket surrendered to the weight of 100 coins. A musical jingle echoed through the town square as the tailor's treasure escaped onto the cobblestones. The shiny coins rolled and bounced about, landing safely into the newly stitched pockets of Mr. Fox's overjoyed customers. The dishonest tailor had been outwitted at last. Mr. Fox shuffled home, his head down. He carried a single torn pocket. Now he wore a coat without any pockets at all. "I should not have tricked my friends into buying pockets," the tailor admitted aloud. "I should have known better." With a wink, the sly fox added, "Next time, I will sell buttons instead." Friends, wasn't that book so amazing and exciting? What did you learn from the Mr. Fox story? Hopefully, not to be greedy. It's important to know that you should treat your friends and family with love, even when they do not know it. Tell me about a time that you could have been greedy, but then you learned your lesson. If you wasn't able to read along, that's okay. I'm going to put the link below so you can add it to your very own Storytime collection. Bye, friends. Hello, friends. Miss Poka has a very special announcement. We will now be raffling away a t-shirt a month to our very own viewers. Go to pokaspeaks.com and upload what was your favorite book on Storytime with Miss Poka.